Yes, people, welcome to Never a Foul. This is Rivals, not Virals. Last week we couldn't do it because we was at a barbecue. But all six of us are here, all six of us supporting a different team. And this is probably going to be the most shit out show there might be, or it might actually be a little bit logical within all the transfers of what's gone on through the week. And we'll be just discussing what's happened through the week. I'm here joined by Mr. Mons, who wants to hide his face like he's hiding somebody else. Man like Daps in the building, man like Kunle, Lewis, and Mr. Sean. Mr. Sean, nearly on 10K. But yeah, what are you all saying anyways, man? Because I'm tired.
No, Cass, do you know what? Sorry, can I just quickly say, Cass, you are an elite human being, right? And I know you did it for a reason. You woke me up about 15 minutes ago and was like, come on, we got a show in 15 minutes. I've got you a nice citrus drink with ice in it by your computer. There's a flannel that's had cold water put in. Do you need me to move your fan downstairs? Cass,
what is going on?
Bro, I don't know what.
Hey, what do you want? What do you want from that, bro? He's buttering you up for something, man. He's buttering you up.
No, this is just the Kaz you guys don't see. Like, this is the Kaz you honestly, guys.
This is the Kaz I don't think exists. What you got to talk about?
It's a little bit weird, though. I want you to see this Kaz. You know what I'm saying? You think he doesn't call my phone? Oh, Mons, how you doing, bro? Like, just checking.
Yeah, right, bro. Yeah, right.
You know, I'm sure you guys all get the same vocal.
Why have you never called me saying how am I all right, Kaz?
He really doesn't like you.
Checking up on me.
Because you got a Nigerian number, and two, I'm not going to call you like that. And when your WhatsApp call you, it's always silent.
Kaz, you don't even call me back.
It's free for WhatsApp calls.
I call you, and you don't even call me back.
I text you back. I was cleaning yesterday.
He wants to hear your voice. He doesn't want to get the text back, bro.
Why are you not being nice?
I reckon Kaz does the cleaning thing in the apron with the flowers on it. I reckon.
With the music in the background, yeah. 70s music in the background.
No. Cass,
girls just want to have fun.
No,
the
the other day I came downstairs, and I was like, what are you listening to? He goes, oh, it's Spanish music.
Yeah.
And I was like, what? Do you understand what they're saying? He goes, not really. I thought, do you know what? Because, music can sometimes make you emotional. It's a very good way to make sure music doesn't make you emotional. If you haven't got a fucking clue what they're saying, then
you do. I know, obviously, I know some words. Like, I pick up on words and you can kind of just...
Hola.
No, not like that. Like, corazon and all that stuff. You can definitely tell people and their heart and stuff. Like, I know words and everything, only because I lost Spanish when I was younger, to be fair, but you kind of just remember, like, I just remember my nan shouting at me all the time, and she's full-blown Spanish, and she's just if anyone knows about Spanish, the elderly, they will run around with that the slipper. And we're not talking about
remember the abuse.
We're talking about the leather slipper.
So that's the type of songs you're listening to. Okay.
No, but it's not actually Spanish.
You're trying to get flashbacks.
It's more like reggaeton, isn't it? From
it did sound. No, it sounded good, but I was just thinking, what language is this?
Yeah, it's just,
so you basically think you're like the Spanish north side, Spanish north side.
Yeah, it's just I like the vibe, innit? The good vibe is when you think of that music, it's because it's summer,
Summer.
I'm great
Transfers.
With, yeah, like the transfer news, like today, like last night even. Boy, I don't know where to start because Mons is getting excited over a tier 3 source, like I got excited over a tier 3 source as well with Mason Mount.
Good cover.
Yeah. But mine came to light though once. Some of yours might also come to light.
Dropped an hour ago. Give it time.
They dropped. Anyways, guys, if you are here, smash the like button for all these beautiful people and one ugly person. They will absolutely love it if you get the stream up and everything like that. But other than that, man, where do I start? Chelsea, Arsenal.
I need to know what dropped an hour ago. What dropped an hour ago, please?
An hour ago. So Kefren Turam dropped about an hour ago. From footy inside.
Congratulations.
Huh?
What? He's going Liverpool.
Oh my God.
Oh no. Well, they're saying along the lines of yes, going to Liverpool basically.
Who's going to Liverpool?
This Lynch guy. I don't know if he's from Footy Insider, and it's nothing to really take from anything really.
Wait, who's the player?
Kefren Turam.
Oh, sorry.
The DM, right?
It's David Lynch in it, but like it's funny because when Kaz called my phone with high pitch in his voice, telling
I
me
didn't call you
about
over
me.
Mason Mount. Don't do it. Wait.
He
Do
called
the context again because we weren't on the phone. It was during the phone call. But you was on the way back because you go on cinemas by your ones. Yeah, don't do that. I'll drop that. And then it came about. So don't do that.
Hold on. Cinema on your ones is very underrated, yeah. So
Very underrated.
I can remember my
Very
ex had a
underrated.
friend over once, and she was like, she needs to have a chat with me. Can you go out? I was like, well, none of my friends. And I went cinema on my ones, and it was the most peaceful trip to the cinema I've ever had. It's the only time when I fully paid attention to every second of the film.
Bro, you pay mad attention.
Yeah.
And you know when you ain't got the questions, what's happened? Do you know the questions?
Right, that's the one I hate. We're watching the movie together, you know. I don't know what you don't know.
Bro, the maddest thing. Right.
So when it comes to certain franchises of movies, you gotta see that one by yourself. I'm not gonna lie. Nice try though, Kaz. But anyway, not like what you didn't shout me. What you didn't shout me. Anyway.
I don't know what you said.
Cass wants a movie date with
okay. But anyway, listen.
He went to watch Guardians of the Galaxy 3, and I'm like, yeah, I just went and watched. I'm like, what? You didn't want to holler?
So you wanted the movie date?
I love Guardians of the Galaxy. That's not my favorite. That's not my favorite Marvel.
It is his favorite. It is his favorite, to be honest. But listen, Kaz, I'm just saying, when you gave me that tier 3 sauce, you was like, yeah, man, and I was like, what's the sauce?
I didn't get excited though. I said,
what the sauce was. Told me tier 3.
I said Northcroft. I said, I don't know what Daily Cross Mirror, whatever it is.
But I heard you out. I said, to be fair, it probably come to light. I heard you out. So hear me out. It's could come to light.
Yeah. But let's talk about Liverpool. We were talking about it last night in the evening debate. No. You're gonna hold some corn now. So like, along with my club as well, because you know what? Yeah. But when I hold corn, I don't mean from everyone else. I mean just for yourself in your own brain. See, for Liverpool, in your own mind, like, do you think this is just too slow? Like, is it crossing into a little bit of PTSD for how slow it's actually been?
It's day 11. It's day 11.
What? Day 11. Yeah, no. That's not. Wait, Monts. The context is it's nearly pre-season, yeah? My club hasn't got a signing in. Your club got one signing in because of a release clause.
In 5 weeks.
Yeah. And what have you got? The fact is that Liverpool, like, you're just not. Usually, you're linked, and you usually go and get your player. You was linked like 3 weeks ago. You've had all of that after the McAllister stuff. But do you be honest? Do you think it's just too?
Apart from Sean, has anyone else here signed the player?
Yeah, we have.
Who you
signed?
Kovacic.
We have.
Yeah. And Sean, have you signed?
And we'll talk about another one.
You signed the manager and the goalkeeper, right?
We got Kulusevski, but that's like that feels like
Sean, don't do that, man. You're better than that.
No, I'm with you. I'm saying it doesn't count.
Lewis.
And Vicario
you mentioned it though, so.
Lewis, even though you've got some here we goes, have you signed any players?
Yes, I have. If we're doing the Kulusevski, they can definitely do the
Kunku. Yes, Nkunku's coming.
Don't give me that. Don't give me a Nkunku. It was agreed in January.
Jackson.
No, that's the here we go. He ain't holding up the shirt. That's the here we go.
No, but he's come on.
No one yet.
All right. Kunle, have you signed? I know you had the here we go pretty much with Kai Havertz, but have you actually signed the player?
We got Havertz, bro.
Thank you. After losing out,
you know what? No, you're going like I'm having a dig at you, Monts, man. I'm saying.
No, you did. No, hold on. You said you're going to hold some corn, so we
for yourself, on top of me, because at the end of the day, my club is just linked and getting nowhere. The Interested FC. Your club is in talks with no one. G. Let's be honest. No one, bro. The last thing you had, no. Bro, the last thing, when I say no one, I mean I'm talking rumor based, basically, yeah? That's the whole point, right? We're not going to do that. You usually have Liverpool are very interested in this player. They're going to go and discuss some whatever. It hasn't been the case, right? That's all I'm trying to go towards. I'm not trying to be shameless about it. I'm just saying, look, they're getting Timber, yeah? They're going to get Timber. All they got to do is get a price. This one down here, right, is about to get Gvardiol, yeah? They're saying 77 million, which we'll talk about. Sean over there right? He's looking at not just Vicario, but in that also that tap sober as well, and they're looking at Van der Ven as a backup option.
They also,
right?
to be fair, they tried to look at Laporte, but Laporte said, "Don't you dare
James
look."
But they're not very advanced, them Spurs boys.
No, Laporte literally
They're
said
at
to
Romano
me,
stage. They're at Romano
Them
stage.
Spurs boys sound very.
with
They're at
Laporte.
Romano
Hold on.
stage.
What's
They're
the
not
Romano
there to get-
stage? What does that mean?
With Laporte, let's be clear. Tottenham looked at Laporte and Laporte said, "Get your eyes off of me right now." Yeah, I'm not. He didn't even want to have a conversation. He said, "No,
Don't
not
watch
interested.
me.
No, thank you."
Yeah. So and then Lewis over there is having a time of his life because they're actually getting rid of players, even though they're not signing up. They got Jackson. They just you could say they sold Havertz. They're trying to sell Mount, which is quite advanced right now, you know. And then obviously they got in Nkunku. You could say that if you want to count that. And then obviously like Caicedo, another one that they're heavily linked, you know, and not just linked, but they're kind of advanced with a few of these players. I'm just saying once. This is PTSD. This stinks. This is rubbish. You know, for a club like Liverpool, I get this every season. My club is garbage. The worst negotiator probably out every season.
You spend 300 mil every season. What are you talking about? You spend 250 mil.
But this is Man United though. You ain't seen a pan. You spend 200 mil. The next season, you don't spend. You go and get like a player or two that costs up to about 80 million, and that's it. You're done. That's it. That's all the way Man United always do.
I'm glad you say that because I'm told that my owners are finding that I spend money. I'm saying what you're saying is right, but I'm told by rival fans that my owners are good and that I spend money right the right way. That's what I'm told.
Yeah.
So is that
okay?
Where we going with that one now?
But I'm not.
Who's telling you that? Right now.
Oh, this is what I mean. This guy thinks I'm having a go at him.
No, I don't think you're having a go at me. I don't think.
No, but who's told you that right now, though? Why did you bring up what you're told, bro?
This is why I don't take it.
We're having a conversation right now on Never a Foul. You're bringing up what you got told elsewhere, Twitter or something.
No. But don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. I'm answering what Kaz is saying. Obviously, I know that Liverpool, we are tightwads. Like, you know, it's you know, wearing a rollie to the date and then we go Dutch at the end. That's the vibes that we're on. That's where Liverpool's at right now.
I don't know. For me, I've said this before. You are right when you're saying everyone else has done these deals and no one else has done too much yet. I think that Liverpool and this new sports director know what you want, and I wouldn't be surprised if they are negotiating, but they're, you know, you got to remember that whole Jude Bellingham thing did not look good for Liverpool, yeah? And I think maybe Liverpool have thought, you know what, let's keep our business away from the papers because we don't need another one of them where we're linked so heavily with the player, then don't get it. Because you are at a point now, and I think your board probably know this, that they've been very blessed that because of the trophies you won a couple of years ago, and last season's success, even though it didn't come out, you were there and thereabouts last season before last, to be fair. I think your board probably knows that they're close to losing the lot that will make noise. Like, they've lost a lot of the non-Liverpool fan base, but the Scousers have not turned on FSG yet. But I think they're close to. And when they turn on FSG, it's going to become a big problem for FSG. So I think maybe FSG, if they're smart, they're going, do you know what? We cannot cause any sort of slander on this football club because the minute the Scousers go, we're probably going to end up having to leave this club. So I wouldn't be surprised if they've brought in this new guy. The McAllister thing, considering you kept that quiet and had it done very quickly. And I wouldn't be surprised if, like now, if Thuram has... we spoke on this last night. He's away at under 21, isn't he?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So even if something came out saying there would be no point in it coming out 10 days ago that, you know, we're starting talks with him if you can't actually talk to him for another week or for another 3-4 weeks. Yeah. But so I don't know if maybe you're just trying to do it right, not be in the press and get things done correctly. I think that would be Liverpool's approach this season. And also, look, this could all come back and haunt us all because I keep saying this. Liverpool have got a spine that have won the league a couple of years ago. They get the right players, and next season I still think Liverpool could be in. Liverpool and Arsenal for me are the two that are going to challenge us.
I'm glad you stopped yourself before you said it.
A lot of people don't have us in the top 4.
I'm glad you stopped yourself there.
It is based on your transfer window. Oh, if you don't have a good transfer window, Liverpool might not be in the top 4, definitely. But if Liverpool plug the holes, then the rest of the squad is still the rest of the squad. We've got to remember last season, Diaz was out a lot of the season. Salah
came. Yeah, Jota barely played.
Yeah, like you get that front that you do not need a forward. You definitely don't need a forward for next season. Like you just need to deal with and yeah, you could probably do with a defender, but if you don't get a defender but plug the holes in midfield, your defense could still be good enough.
But they still got Klopp.
We're actually looking for another midfielder. So and I don't
still got Klopp though.
Yeah, and the truth with Klopp is that next season we can judge him on next season because this season maybe got a bit of a touch on the credit he had in the bank. If he does have another bad season, then there really is some truth to this thing that when he drops off, he drops off. However, again, I'm going to say it with Klopp. Not last season, the season before, he nearly did a quad. Like we've got to remember what Klopp has done. That's worth a lot. But if he has a bad season, then he has to hold it. But
let me ask you a question once. What are you thinking about this kid? What are you thinking about kid other than Torah? I mean, obviously that's just on the side of the moment. What are you thinking about this Caicedo link? Like
the Caicedo link's interesting to me because I've always looked at him as a left winger as opposed to a right winger. Do you know what I mean? Like I know he can play right wing, but like
he is a right winger.
No, but he's played off like was it the Euros when he was playing off the left?
No, he was on the right. I'm pretty sure he was on the right.
No, on the left.
He's played off the left. Like that. You know that the best Chiesa we've seen. Well, I've seen is off the left. And since his injury, I haven't really watched him, so I don't know with the chat. You lot chat. Let me know. Since Chiesa's injury, has he been doing anything? Because I'm not gonna lie, that injury was a bit crazy. He was out for almost a year. Do you know what I'm saying? That was a really bad injury you got.
And now he's had knee injuries and like knee problems and stuff throughout this season as well. And you feel like you just got rid of Hawks, and now you're gonna go get another injury-prone player potentially. That's crazy.
This is kind of what I'm saying. I think if we are gonna get an attacker, it kind of has to be a backup right winger for Salah to maybe give him a bit of rest. But I believe Harvey might get pushed out in the midfield and actually played in his actual position at right wing and not right centre mid. Thank the Lord. That needs to happen. So I don't think we need an attacker. I think Chiesa is a good link. I look at Diaz and go, now that Diaz is back and fit and should get a pre-season, he needs to step up, or Jota will be there. Because Jota come back and started scoring quite healthily straight away. So I don't know. I'm looking at with the attackers. I'm not really like what Daps said. I'm not really looking at the attack as a mad issue. Because Nunes is going to be playing Europa League. He's not really going to be starting in the Premier League. And the only real pressure in the front line for me is maybe Salah to keep up his form and for Nunes to
find some form,
or just to find the net. So find his feet. So and I don't
see Nunes. What, you're not respecting it, man?
No. This is just like Arteta. Nunes has to explode this season. Pause. Like has to happen. Like Arteta needs.
I don't know what Arteta had to do with my comment, man. But
no. I just not like I was because you're an Arsenal. I just felt like it was like that's the link. Like the fact that they both need to do something this season.
But we're talking about Liverpool and Nunes, bro. Don't let this.
Did you wish him happy birthday, by the way? Because I know Roms wished him happy birthday yesterday. I was wondering. I wonder if Montel wished him happy birthday. Is he your number 9 as well? Is he your gunman? Because Rom sent this really cute message. My gunman, happy birthday. Is he your gunman?
I actually understands a word of English.
I'll show. Well, okay. For those of you,
he doesn't understand past.
He's got tunes with Dave. What do you mean?
What? You say?
Said he doesn't understand English. I said he's got tunes with Dave, man. What are you talking about?
Has he?
Oh, he's talking about Central C. For those of you, who don't know, hold on, let me show you. For those of you who don't think me and Nunes get on anymore, look. Oh, that was close. Did you see that? Look,
don't do this. There are too many people coming here, Cass.
Look. For those of you who think me and Nunes don't get on,
yeah.
You've done the same kind of
celebration, yeah.
No. He done it for me and I done it for him. You see what I'm saying? So like that wasn't.
Right.
That's not. That was my reply to him. Oh, you think I done it first?
Hold on.
Okay,
he actually scored to do a celebration, mad.
Yeah, and obviously that was me and Nunes had. We shouted each other. I apologized and stuff. I still said he needs to do better in that.
He didn't understand.
He didn't understand what I said. I just done the celebration when I scored at the Molineux and said, "Hey, listen, I scored at the Molineux. You didn't." So.
You're mocking it. There's
always violence
in there, isn't it?
If you know, you know. If you know, you know.
Do you worry though? Do you worry? So
finishing with that Nunes at the Molineux though.
No, he's talking about Nunes. He needs to. This season needs to. He needs
to be good enough to start because I don't think he'll be a starter for you.
He won't be a starter. He'll be playing in Europa League.
Imagine that, 100 million on the bench.
But, why are you not sleeping on Darwin?
Hold on. We used to get crucified for this, having 100 million players on the bench. You're not allowed to do that, are you?
Bro, why are you not sleeping on Darwin? I don't understand. What's he done, bro? This season he's going to be serious, man. Watch out. I'm being serious. I'm not even trolling.
See your passive.
I'm not even trolling.
See your passive.
I'm not even trolling, bro.
See, you're trolling, loud.
I'm not, bro. Trust me, bro. I've been watching Darwin before he came to Liverpool, bro. Trust me, he's about to explode, man. Diego Forlan.
You're right there, mate.
Andy Carroll.
Diego Forlan.
Just waking up.
I can tell, mate. Let's talk about. All right, let's wait.
Hold on.
Go on.
No, it's fine. I'm going to share a picture. It's fine.
Let's talk about Lewis. Let's wake up, Lewis. Let's talk about your club. Your dusty club that's actually annoying me right now. Yeah. Actually, no, it's great.
Why the negative energy for?
Nah, because your club with Mason Mount.
Because you're not doing scams, bro.
It was funny. It was funny for a bit. The Kai Havertz thing was funny. You done your leaving party and everything. You got your Nico Jackson. You look like you might get Caicedo. And then this whole Mason Mount shenanigans, you're trying to demand. You counted the same offer from before. Crazy.
We know our valuation for him. And you guys got to pay up. Simple as that.
We're not paying up, bro.
I don't know. You guys haven't walked away from the deal yet, so we called your bluff.
That's not what. Yeah, that's not what other sources are saying. What
Chelsea need to sell him though to balance.
I'm hearing you put 55 million on the table, and we're about to meet up for a discussion in a few days about it.
Yeah, but Man United said they're not overpaying for the guy.
All I'm sure of is if we're meeting up, we're leaving with the deal sorted. There will be a final conclusion.
No, you know what it is, yeah, Cass. The thing is, yeah, is like the papers have come out and said you lot want Caicedo.
Caicedo, yeah.
Right. Okay. Cool.
It's more like PR, isn't it?
So for me, you lot are trying to be clever, and it might work. To be fair, because who else wants Caicedo? Chelsea, right?
But Caicedo costs more.
Yeah, right. That's the thing. Who else wants Caicedo? Chelsea want Caicedo, right? So if Man United are now interested, that's kind of telling Chelsea, all right, well, if we can't get our number one target, which is Mount, we'll go in for Caicedo. Well, Chelsea are going to be like, well, we don't want to be in a bidding war with you. So do you know what? Just take Mount. We'll give you. They'll end up letting Mount go for, and it's probably clever. And I don't think Lewis gives a crap about what Chelsea actually get for Mount. And I think it might be a clever move. Because I think Chelsea will just go, all right, fine, take him for 50 million.
But it's a big deal, though, isn't it? The amount is important from an FFP perspective. Like Lewis, correct me if I'm wrong, but Chelsea have got until they've got a hand in their accounts on the 30th of June. I know we won't read about them until sometime next year, but they can't. That's one of the reasons why they weren't allowed to do the deal for Nico Jackson, because they can't afford to do the upfront fee, the release clause fee for the Villarreal player, because they haven't got they're on the brink of FFP irregularities, aren't they?
It depends on how much is paid in installments, but I don't think we're too far. I don't think we're in any danger with FFP. I think it's been a bit overstated. Maybe we're like a couple million off or something, but 3 players have already gone to Saudi. The Kovacic deal to City has already been confirmed and everything. I'd be surprised if we're still in trouble with FFP. I think that whole Caicedo thing is just like a whole briefing war. Like Man United tell their journalists they're interested in Caicedo, even though it doesn't make sense because they apparently have a very tight budget for the summer. And why would they turn from Mount to go to an even more expensive player than Mount? And Chelsea come out and say Bayern's interested in Mount, even though Bayern have never dropped any interest for him. It's just a briefing war.
Yeah,
Brighton are just trying to get a bidding war started. They want to see what happens with Rice.
55 million is an overstatement already, and I thought that's what Man United thought the valuation are currently. 50 million plus 5. That's the valuation. I don't know how good the flipping bonuses are. But that's what I think. I think it personally can be because he's got 1 year left on his deal. So I'm thinking along the lines, Man United don't want Mount for over that. They'll wait till next season.
Is he a starter for Man United right now, Kaz?
Unfortunately, probably. The way
he has to be.
It just depends on
Mount to get the best out of him. Starter.
Yeah, it probably is. I hate to say it, but other than that, I just look at it along the lines of we value Mount at that much. But if it comes to Caicedo, like we'd value him differently because he's better, he's got a longer contract, and he's probably, he'd probably do more for the team for what we probably need.
So what is the plan to get both of them?
Depends on sales, but it'll be too late by then. I think it'll be way too late to acquire someone like Caicedo. I think he wants his move and he wants his money. From
when you hear a man in a statement say, "I got a family to feed," you know what time it is, isn't it? It's like once that statement comes out, hey, I'm about the peas. I'm not here about the trophies, playing in Europe, whatever. It'll be nice, but just show me the money. And if people are ready to show him the money, he's ready to move, bro. And Chelsea are looking the most advanced.
Fabrizio said Caicedo's already agreed personal terms with us. So I feel like it's just about getting the Mount money. And then we go in.
For Arsenal, man. He's agreed personal terms with pretty much everyone. It's not that hard.
Apparently, he wants Chelsea. I know it's like
the money, serious
money. I'm sorry. I'm
money day.
Where's Caicedo from? Actually, where's Caicedo from?
He is Ecuador. He's from Ecuador.
Ecuador, yeah.
I was going to say
they bought him houses in Ecuador already, bro. It's on, bro.
I was going to say right now, why would anyone want Chelsea? Yeah. If it isn't money, for money reasons, what project are they selling them? There is a project, but they'd look at last season and go, sorry, they finished 12th. Why would I want to go Chelsea? But I guess there is Chelsea still over the last 15, 20 years. Yeah, he could think, I want to be part of
him. Land in Ecuador.
Well, he's got a position there right for him. It will slot right into that midfield and complete one of the best on paper front.
But same at Arsenal, bro.
Yeah. That's what I feel like. If Arsenal don't get Rice in the end, right, then they'll switch their attentions to Caicedo, and I think Arsenal fans will be
getting Rice, but they are getting Rice. We know they're getting Rice.
That is true.
They might get Basmati, they might get Longren. We don't know.
I did chop jollof rice at these Emirates next season. Rice. Well, no party rice, unfortunately. No party rice.
If Mount ends up staying at Chelsea, though, it's fine. I've lost Havertz. My windows are success anyway. So
who else are you targeting? I haven't seen much rumours to anybody else of late. The Lavia thing went quiet as well.
Who else do you think you need? What else do you think you need, Lewis?
A goalkeeper and another striker. Yeah. And another midfielder, to be honest.
You'll go up for Andre Onana. You think you'll go after Manchester United's target there? Maybe that'll be part of the negotiations for Mason Mount as well, right? If you pay us a bit more, we'll leave Onana alone for you.
Yeah.
I wish.
And that does happen, I think, Sean. You're right. That sometimes those type of negotiations do happen as well.
Exactly the same thing.
Leave Onana, I'll give you that
same thing can happen with Onana, right?
Yeah.
Just sit there as I mean, what other goalkeepers are there out there that like Mamadashvili is pretty handy?
Diogo Costa, they need money by the 30th. In the next week, I would expect there's going to be a lot of news for Diogo Costa around some sort of club. They need 50 million euros to balance the books.
Yeah, and he's worth 70. He's got a 75 release clause, hasn't he?
Yeah, but that means you can probably be willing to renegotiate for a lot lower fee, and he's their most sellable asset.
Yeah.
You're not going to get that from anybody else. Mons, why are you looking at that? Just hearing these names and thinking like, why is my club not going for these names? What's going on?
Bro, I'm minding.
When's my Fabrizio too? When's my
I'm opening my mouth, bro. Like I wasn't getting on to you. What are you doing? Like, but when I stay quiet, it's why's your face like that? Listen, I don't know what to do. There's no middle ground with me today. I don't know. Carry on. I'm here. Bro, it's hot and I'm wearing a black Liverpool shirt. Help me.
So with you as well, Lewis, man. So with the super team building, right? What do you expect? What do you expect from Chelsea next season? What's failure in your eyes?
No.
Failed to make top 4 and no domestic cups.
Are you challenging for the league with this many signings, this much money? Are you challenging?
Hold on, we've just told them they haven't made many signings. We can't now say with this many signings.
The last 18 months, they've made more signings than that.
They've got a whole. They've practically got a whole
of Italy.
They spent 600M, bro. That's not
right, Lewis. I'm gonna put the pressure on you. You need to be coming top 3. Sorry, bro.
I hope we do. That would be nice. But
he's saying top 4 in a domestic trophy, no?
That's
I
failure.
want top 4 and I want 2 domestic finals. As long as we don't buck City, we should be winning them.
Oh damn! Oh damn! All right, well,
that's what a successful season would be for
me.
I'm saying this now. Chelsea ain't getting Champions League for the next 2 years, bro.
What?
Huh?
I don't think so.
I'm telling you this now. I've said it. Chelsea are not qualifying for the Champions League for the next 2 years.
Yeah, but in 2 years they could have the coefficient if they get 5th.
I'm not sure about
if it's 4 teams. Chelsea ain't getting top 4 for the next 2 years.
You're buzzing.
But why is that?
Bro, I'm being like you lot. Like let's call it. Let's like keep it 100. You lot are a mess, bro. You don't know what direction the club is going in. Regardless, you are a mess, bro. You got 60 million worth of talent that you don't know what to do with yet.
I don't know about now. Right now it's way too speculative. Right now we're in the middle of a clear out, and the clear out's working really well. Big up to Saudi Arabia and all of that. We bring in the right players. We get everybody fit with 1 game a week. I don't see why we shouldn't be back in the top 4. Obviously,
the clear out's working financially for sure, but like we ain't seen how it's working for the pitch, innit? So,
but that's the thing. That's why it's too early to judge that.
I'm saying I've said it on 2 years,
and then it's easier to discuss that. I get what you're saying. It could still be messy, but it could be a completely different Chelsea side that look a lot more structurally complete, make more chances, and score more goals. Defensively, we have been competent. Even last season, we were competent. Until the last week of the season, we had the 3rd best defense in the league, in spite of being 12th. So as long as we sort out the attack, like,
who's your back 4, bro? Lewis, who's your back 4 or back 5?
You know you've been through this. Lewis, you've been through this about
before the last week, then City, United, Newcastle happened. So before then,
you don't.
No, but it happened though. It did happen though. It did happen. Why?
That's what I'm saying.
It happened, but I'm using that as a point to say our defense was still pretty good. In spite of how shit we were last
season. But who's your starting back 4 next season, or even back 5?
Right, so James, Silva, one of Badiashile or Fofana. Like,
what about Cole?
No, both have been very good for us last season. So I can't really think of the other. And what? Yeah, Badiashile's left foot. So
are you selling Cucurella this summer?
No, sadly not. So probably Chilwell at left back. Chilwell's probably the 1 weak spot. The 1 week spot is on the left.
He was better than Kane last season.
I imagine a team that are 12th for saying the 1 weak spot.
He's better. I hate to be that guy. I hate to be that guy, but James was.
No, we're fine. 12th, we're fine. We've only got 1 weak spot. We're all right.
No.
Bro, nobody's worried about that back 4, bro. Nobody on this panel is worried about that back 4.
You know what's mad? You saying, oh yeah, before those last 3 weeks, we had the 1st best defense in the league. It's like saying I got in the Champions League in game week. I think it was 32 when I went 4th before Newcastle were playing their game. And me saying, well, actually, I finished Champions League in game week 32. So
but you had targets at least for the whole of the season. I was on vibes.
I think
even still have a defense that good for that long.
I think you've got one.
No, but Lewis, your club forced you to be on vibes. You didn't want to be on vibes. The amount of losses you were collecting, like left, right, and center. Then you decided, you know what, this is too much pain. Yeah, you got numb to pain, bro. You were on vibes after you got pammed by so many teams.
Nobody wants to be on vibes, but it doesn't change the fact that if you're there, you're there. The fact is, like, most of the season, we saw one of the best defense in the league, in spite of still being mid-table.
Yeah, that surprised me a bit. But to be fair, I started just before the transfer window. October. Was it? No, when was the transfer window end? Was it September this year?
Yeah,
the summer one. So when I looked at Chelsea at that point, and that was before they had the season they had, I was actually looking at their defence, thinking their defence is very balanced because if you work it from right to left, they had Reece James and then Azpilicueta was back up. Then they had Koulibaly, Thiago Silva, Fofana. You've got who's the other? You've got a younger lad that can play.
Levi Colwill.
And then on the left, and then you've also got is it Chalobah can play?
He's on.
No, he might be gone. I mean,
start of the
season.
Oh yeah.
Then you've got Chalobah as well, and then on the left you've got Chilwell or Cucurella.
I think you need to get rid of one of them to get Lewis
on paper. That is a solid defensive unit, and then they've got in Kepa and Mendy again.
Who?
Mendy's gone.
Who's the second
No,
guy?
but again, I'm saying at the start of the
Oh,
season,
last
when
season.
you looked at
Last
it,
season, yeah.
that I was looking at it going, that
Hey,
is
don't do
solid
that, man.
defensive
Don't
unit.
do that.
I mean, it didn't end up well, but it's true. Can I just say to anyone in here, because you know what? Our subscribers, we're getting a lot of, which is beautiful to see, we're getting a lot of new subscribers and we're getting quite a lot of Newcastle subscribers. So any Newcastle that are watching this, just to be clear on Rivals Not Virals, Rivals Not Virals is a twice a week show where we have people from representing the clubs that we think are there or thereabouts, yeah? And just to be clear to anyone that's going, oh, why aren't Newcastle in this conversation? They are. The panel changes. So sometimes you'll get Kendall on here. Sometimes you'll get Specs on here in Newcastle.
Basically, we snuck Sean in this week, guys. Like, that's what it is, man. You know, it's probably not really. Basically, just get to the point, Daps. Just let them know that, man. Don't sugarcoat it. We snuck him in like the back way. You know what I mean?
You lot are mocking it. Let me add to that as well. I think Chelsea got one of the best defenses in the league, especially with cover, especially when they got one game a week as well. So fatiguing. You got to remember, Mons. You can, as great as you can be, when you're in other cup competitions in Europe, fatigue is not going to be a thing for them. So they're going to be more fresh than all of us, right?
Bro, they were playing one game a week last season and was still shit.
No, they were playing Champions League. What are you on about?
Different mentality as well.
After the Champions League, they got worse.
I think on paper, look, I don't think Reece James will get
nothing to compete for.
Let me get my point across, yeah, before I go for the super chat as well, right? Chelsea were under. It's so easy to not want to play in that regime, right? It's so easy to look so bad when everybody else looks bad. It's so easy to look crap when you've had multiple injuries or an injury like Reece James. So that's what I'm going off of. When you got a new buzz and a new feeling and a new feel around the club, which I think Chelsea are building currently, yeah. Reece James is only going to get better. Did you remember?
Whoa. No. Hold on. Yeah. We can't do this with Reece James, yeah? You know I'm a big fan of Reece James, massive fan of Reece James, yeah? But you say Reece James is only going to get better. Let's be clear. Potentially, bro. Potentially. I always said... No, hold on. Let me finish. I always said Micah Richards was only going to get better, yeah? But Micah Richards...
You didn't let me finish.
Micah Richards, a top-heavy man, yeah, playing that fullback role, it's not good on your calves. It's not good on your legs when you're having to sprint up and down, up and down, up and down. Now, listen, if they keep going, he only gets better. But the other option is he doesn't only get better. He becomes even more injury prone. And eventually, and that's like the one thing with Reece James, we have to be clear. He had a bad season last season, bro. A very bad season. And the injuries
can't get any worse. You can't.
The only context I'll apply for Reece James is that Graham Potter literally just threw him straight back into the starting lineup as soon as he had any bit of fitness every time, and then he just got injured again. So to me, I know he is injury prone, but last season I'm putting it down to shit management because they didn't.
I'll put it down to that as well. Let me finish as well. So if Reece James does get injured, they've got a baller in Malagusto as well. He's very competent, and he will surprise a lot of you who haven't actually witnessed him play.
We forgot that they bought him. Yeah.
So they got very competent. They don't have no Aspi. They got a very competent enough centre backs. Badiashile looked solid when he did play. You know, Thiago Silva's still experienced. Levi Colwill can learn a lot there. Fofana hopefully can look better for Chelsea fans as well. He's still a competent enough centre back who's just come back from a crazy injury. It's easy to look rubbish for Chelsea, and then going forward is everything else going forward. I'm just saying that these players cannot get worse than they have been playing.
Kaz, this is what I predict.
On paper, they've got now, I think they're going to have definitely a better squad than Liverpool will have.
It's not the squad though, Kaz. It's not the squad. Last season, Chelsea had a squad of amazing
They had a better squad than us last season, and they finished 12th.
They had a better squad than you last season.
That's what I'm saying. What are we saying here, bro?
Are moving nuts here because you're doing this recently. Because they were crap last season. They're going to be crap again.
But Kaz, this is what I'm saying. No, Kaz, this is what I'm saying. This is what I reckon is going to happen with Chelsea. No, this is what I reckon is going to happen with Chelsea. Chelsea are going to get... They eventually, I think by the end of the season, they will have a style of play, 100%. But what will happen is they're going to have a couple of big results against a couple of big teams, and they're going to finish 6th or 7th. They're not going to finish in the top 4. That's how their season's going, though.
We all know
that's what I predict anyway. That's what I predict. I just think because they're a mess, and I don't believe Poch is the right guy to fix the mess.
Is weaker than the parts.
Not in one season anyway. It's going to take him 3 years to do it.
What mess is going to hold him back?
Love affair with Chelsea. I promise you, when Potter came through the door, Kaz was speaking up a storm when Potter came through the door at Chelsea.
I remember.
You remember that?
Yeah, and I remember a lot of other things when you thought you were going to win the league, Kunle, and stuff, and it didn't happen. I remember a lot of things.
When? Show me when. Show me when. Show me when I said we're gonna win the league, bro.
I remember.
Always saying but Kaz is saying I'm not. No, I know what Kaz is saying is we can't have an opinion predicting that Chelsea are not gonna do that.
I didn't say that.
But you accused us of having recency bias to the reason why we're having those assumptions.
Yeah, but
you accuse everyone in the panel
because it's easy to pinpoint and to see. Oh, yeah, you know what? They're rubbish. They're going to be rubbish again next season.
Kaz, is it not fair though, mate? Kaz, is it not fair? Is it not like to say that their squad is better than where they finished last season? They have a squad of amazing individuals, but last season they couldn't figure out how to play as a team. The sum was weaker than the parts. And for me, there's a massive shadow mark. There's a question mark still over what's the difference this season. They've gone from a team of wonderful individuals to a team of slightly different but still wonderful individuals. It's whether or not Pochettino can get them playing as a team. If he can, Chelsea can do bits. If he can't, Chelsea will struggle like they did last season.
But Sean, what are we saying? Are we saying that Poch is going to get them playing, or he's going to get them playing good enough to get into the top four? What are we saying here? Because I believe Poch can get them playing, but just not good enough to get into the top four. That's what I'm saying here.
Well, I agree with you. I think this season is one season too soon. I'm not sure. I think it's too far out to say about the second season. I think this season coming, other teams are a bit more they've sorted themselves out. So I don't think there's space in that top four for Chelsea. Next season, maybe a different situation.
Spurs as well. The same thing with Spurs. I'm on the fence of Spurs, thinking they're going to do well. Not saying they're going to go get top four, but I think they're going to do well. And I think they can only, again, play more attractive football, especially if you keep came for the season. I think you're going to get your targets and better players. And I believe in Angie to play better football too. That's
Tottenham
the
way Tottenham get eighth at best.
I don't know about this Costa Slogu guy, bro. I don't know about.
You know what it is, Kaz? I'm seeing this because Corey does this as well. You lot, when you speak to Chelsea fans, because they're so low in the table, you speak to Tottenham fans, you do this nice guy thing because they're not a threat.
Thank you. Thank you, Mons. Call it out. Because they're not a threat. That's why he's talking. That's why they're not a threat.
He spent all last year slagging Tottenham off. What are you chatting?
No.
We're talking about now, Sean. We're talking about now.
They're doing a little bloating because they're not a threat.
You man are moving nuts. No, the only reason why I do this, it's an easy thing to see, yeah. And I'm not gonna do what Kunle does all the time and sit on a damn fence and ask next man to make a remember last year,
Bro, who sat on the fence? So first of all, you said I said we're going to win the league. Now you're saying I sat on the fence. Look at it.
I can't lie. I get tired of man talking over me when I'm trying to fam. I can't lie. I'm going to go back to being shameless, Cass, and none of you will like it. Yeah? I'll promise you.
I'll love it.
Anyways, I'm saying along the lines of, bro, you thought you was going to win the league last year, couldn't it? I know you said that, and I know I've heard it. Just don't think I can't get recording. There's been bare recordings of
I got the clip.
Go.
It was late in the season.
The thing is, he was so quick to be like, I don't know, back in December and then January, he knew what he was doing. But the thing is with Kunle, yeah, right? He does this thing. He's fence sitting, right? But when it's up to Man United, are you going to get top four? Wait, Mont's done it as well. Are you going to get top four? Are you going to win a league when it was only 7 points? Are you going to do this, Cass? Why are you sitting on the fence when you do the exact same thing? So really and truly, Kunle, you're a hypocrite, fam.
So you did that whole long speech to call me a hypocrite. That's what it was for.
People, please smash it.
That's what it was.
Please smash it.
We got him.
You got him. Cass, I got that. Cass, he was moving the ball well in the back line. He was moving press resistant for a little second. Man.
Yeah, one second. Let me do the super chat as well. Big up Leo in the building. He says Rice to Arsenal got Gvardiol. Arsenal effed up. Rice to Arsenal. Get Gvardiol. Why is that bad for Arsenal if they get Rice and City get Gvardiol? You know, we might as well talk on City anyways. Everyone that's in there, there's 900 people. Please smash the like button.
Please check that like button.
234. Come on, man. I know there's a lot of you there thinking like, what's going on? Just turn your phones. There's a little fun button if you don't mind. I appreciate everyone that has done so. If you forgot, it's not your fault. You know, everyone gets carried away. Even us, sometimes when super chats come, you have to wait a little while just because we want the conversation or flow to go. But bigger, and everyone's channels in the description below as well. Go check them out. If you're gonna twist your phone to put the fun button, give these guys a check as well, man. Sean on Spurs Talk Show, Monts on Big Six Bands, Kunle on One Touch TV, and obviously Lewis on his own channel as well. But other than that, let's move to City because City are looking likely they're about to spend some big money on a big centre back who I think is one of the best young centre backs in Europe at this current moment of time, Gvardiol, and you got Kovacic as well. So you got the Croatian duo near enough. They're saying 77 million plus some sort of add-ons as well. So it's not a bad fee, but it's a hefty fee at the end of the day for a centre back, of course. Daps.
Yeah, it's a hefty fee, but you know how much did Liverpool pay for Van Dijk? 70 was it?
Yeah. It was about 7. It was about
7. So we're getting, and Gvardiol's 21, I believe.
21, 22.
Yeah, so
he's 70 then would have probably been 100 them now, even Daps.
So I'm not watching what they pay for him. You know what I mean? We've just won 300 million by winning the treble. It's fine. I'm glad we're getting him. He looks like one of the best defenders that are out there at the moment. I know it will have been a bit of an awkward conversation when we beat them 7-0 and he was part of that defence. And, you know, they're probably like, we sure we're going for him? This is a bit mad, you know, how much money? But he wasn't to blame for any of that. He still looked all right in that game. And in other games, many, many other games, he just looks, to me, looks like a winner. He looks like someone that's hungry to win, wants to win. He's powerful. He's good with his feet. And I think that's what we need at the moment because our squad's just done the treble. We need some young, fresh blood that maybe are hungry for trophies because you always need that, don't you? Especially when we're trying to go for the 4th time in a row in the league, we need people that aren't getting and that's why you are seeing, you know, Bernardo Silva, Gundogan, and whether Bernardo goes or not, we don't know. Mahrez might end up going. There's going to be players that it happens, you know, it happened at Liverpool where once Mane won the Champions League, won the Premier League, it's unless you're going to give me more money, I'm 31, 32 or whatever, I might as well go and get more money elsewhere. So we're going to leave some players, but that's not a bad thing because we do need that fresh blood to come in, eager, hungry. And I'm happy with Gvardiol, very happy. I think him and Diaz at the back is just like, you don't want to be coming up against that. It's just like, oh, for fuck's sake, man. And I think the other thing is Laporte's going to go. And
how many more do you think you need this summer, Daps, like players-wise? And what positions?
So for me, we have to get a midfielder, one other midfielder,
box to box or what?
We need for me. Rice would have been great. Look, and my whole take on the Rice thing, by the way, because I know Rivals is where we have to get it out there so that everyone understands. So you can say whether Daps is the one saying Rice to City is on, right? I think the minute that remember, City made the decision on Thursday. Okay, Gundogan's leaving. We need a replacement. We're interested in Rice, right? On Friday, it came out City are having talks with West Ham about Rice. And then Friday night, it comes out that West Ham told Manchester City, by the way, Rice really wants Arsenal. Now, at that point, I do not believe City officially will put a bid in, right? And I don't know what the papers will say, but the way I see Manchester City do business, the way I see Pep tell the board to do business is if a player does not want us, we do not go in for him. Van Dijk was the perfect example. We were so heavily linked with Van Dijk that his former players at Southampton bought him a City shirt, as banter at Christmas. Oh. But the minute he came out and said, I want to play under Jurgen Klopp, Pep goes, no, we don't have like that. Everyone's seen it. Pep does not want to keep players that don't want to be at the club. So I think the minute City would have heard, and if it is true, because this is all paper talk that West Ham told him, I think City would just go out. There's not even any point in us pursuing this, because if he wants elsewhere, why would we want a player that wants to be elsewhere? So now we have to look at who our next target is. Obviously, I know probably in the comments someone will say Kimmich. I'd love Kimmich, but I don't know. I can't see. I think Bayern just need to show Kimmich a bit of intent and that he'll stay. But that he just wants to see something. Who else is out there that we could have? I think there's one other name that I know of. Who would it be?
Do you not think you need a left back?
Nah, do we? Gvardiol can play on the left. Ake can play on the left. Akanji can play on the left.
What do you think with that Wirtz fella from Feyenoord?
Pass. I don't know. I haven't heard of him. What position?
Attacking midfielder.
See, that's the other thing. For me, if we only made one other signing, and let's be clear,
Leverkusen, not final.
I've seen this link with someone for Leverkusen. The thing is, with City, ultimately, it's who leaves. So if like Laporte leaves, Gvardiol, and I do think Laporte 100% leaves this summer. Like if he doesn't, I'd worry for him because he ain't gonna get in the team next year. He was getting dropped for youngers this year, so he's not gonna play. If Mahrez leaves, we probably need a winger. I think our fan base, the one thing that our fan base has been screaming out for is we want a winger. But it's what the fan base want and what Pep want are two different things. Because with wingers, and I mean out and out wingers, one issue you often have with out and out wingers is their tracking back's not great, and instantly that's a no to Pep. So for me, right, my idea would be we get a winger, we get one more midfielder. But if Bernardo Silva doesn't go, we're fine as we are. But I do think he might go as well. So we'll see. The beautiful thing as a City fan is we are here right now going, we trust the board. I've said this before. If City went in for Havertz, I would be like, Pep's got a plan. Let it cook. If we went in for Mount, Pep's got a plan. Let it cook. And that's my take on it now. Like,
do you have the same energy for Arteta and Havertz?
Yeah, I do. Actually,
let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about Arsenal Football Club. How happy have you actually been, Kunle? I don't expect you to be one of those fans that are going to start gassing up Kai Havertz.
I haven't done a show with Kunle since we won the league. So forget this. How happy are we? How happy were you at the end of the season?
Well, this is rivals, man. Rivals. First of all, now, my people. It's your dark-skinned man from the motherland. If you didn't know before, today you go understand. Yeah, I got it in there. But me, honestly, this Havertz thing, I'm not gonna be one of those shameless fans to come and say, yeah, I see what's going on. I know what the manager has to do. But I don't know, bro. I have no clue. I have no idea where this Havertz thing has come from. Like I've been abusing the guy for the last 2 years. I can't now say, oh yeah, Arteta's got a plan. It don't add up, bro. The receipts are there, so I can't see it.
Tell that. Can you say that one more time? The last bit that was gospel. That was actually,
I've been abusing the guy for the last 2 years. I can't just jump on the bandwagon and say it's gonna work. It's gonna work, and explain to people how it's gonna work. I've heard all sorts of different angles about how it's going to work, that he can come in for Xhaka, even though no one's seen him do it in the Prem successfully, but he can come in for Xhaka. They've said, he did it with Xhaka, so he must be able to do it with Havertz. Look, I'm an Arteta in 100%. I'm backing my manager, but I can't blindly back him for everything. I just can't. I just won't do that. And for me, Havertz needs to show me in the first 10 games what Arteta has seen in him. And I also need to know how he plans to play the guy. If it's as a false nine or back up for Odegaard, with Champions League coming in, I can kind of see what he's trying to do with depth, but I still don't see enough in Havertz as the player to get me excited about it. That's where I'm at with it.
Yeah, I'd think you would need an attacking cover. Like I'd think more along the lines you need more of a centre mid, obviously Declan Rice. And along the lines of maybe a DM man and a cover, and with Thomas Partey going for for reasons I won't state like the other day. Yeah, man, like this I just don't get it. I know you're targeting what's his name? Lavia. It looks like you're actually quite strong for Lavia. If Partey goes, Lavia must come in. It must be the thing.
Another City.
I'm not going to lie to you guys. Problems day for Arsenal. If we definitely lose Xhaka and Partey, and we get in those replacements, Lavia, Havertz, and Rice, I think we're going to struggle to fight for top four, bro. Honestly, bro. If we lose Xhaka and Partey, bro.
Yeah, I agree. I have to somewhat agree, but you have to get some cover. I'm thinking if you get rid of Partey, you have to go in for someone like Caicedo. Then go spend the extra.
Yeah, we have to. We do. You're right.
Get him right. Like Sean.
Sure.
Sean, what are you thinking about this? The Arsenal so far, because I was back. It was only a week ago where I was thinking like, yeah, they're gonna go do bits. They're gonna keep Partey. They're gonna go get Lavia. You know, they're gonna get Rice, probably another centre mid cover. That's all right. They can cover. They can deal with that. You know, Havertz, I didn't expect. Maybe cover for. It's not as bad as it seems. Now they're getting Timber as well, which I think is gonna be wicked for you guys. By the way, what do you think about this? Getting rid of Partey, Lavia, then getting rid of Xhaka, then Rice. It's not exactly a major upgrade, is it? If they don't get that.
No, I mean, look, I don't follow the Arsenal sort of stories as closely as other teams, so I lean into really watching Arsenal. Religiously every night. I listen. They're my lullabies. No, I like to listen to like Arsenal fans.
See, when he started lying, they just cut him out, bro.
Daniel Levy said the FBI got him.
This happened earlier when Monts was saying something about Liverpool. People, it's not a myth. The internet is watching, and when they hear lies, they fully jump in and shut you down.
Right. Lavia and Rice ain't enough, man. You're right, Kaz. We need a Caicedo if we're gonna lose Partey. If we keep Partey and we get them Lavia, Rice in, I think we'll be all right. But if we don't keep him,
it's strong.
Yeah, if we don't keep
him, what's Fabio Vieira all of a sudden? What's going on with this guy? You'd think, season. He's not
blown away. Literally, he got blown away.
Yeah. Once calls him a Portuguese eyelash, but
Breeze came and just took him out. He's
I never said that.
He's on the way over to Scandinavia as we speak. Literally.
Yeah, like what do you think of Fabio Vieira then? Because a lot of the positions he plays, you think Havertz can also play the same positions as well, right?
You see Vieira, I think Arteta, when the player pisses him off, it really affects him personally. Because you see, I don't know if you watched just after half-time in the Southampton game, he brought off Fabio Vieira, and I don't think we saw him again for the rest of the season. And him bringing Havertz in kind of shows me that he does lack faith in Vieira, because potentially if Odegaard's not there, we look, I don't know, creatively we look a little bit off. I'm not saying Havertz can do it, but I'm assuming that's what Arteta might be trying to sell us on, that Havertz can do it better than Vieira.
I think he's looking like the Joe Linton model. Dash him in the LCM.
Maybe. He's tall, and hopefully he can get on the weights. I don't know, man. I'm trying to find solutions for this Havertz thing. I don't know, bro. I don't know. I'm just hoping for the best, bro.
Did Sean find it? I think he found a solution as soon as he mentioned a rival club. Like, pull the plug. What did you say?
Levy pulled you out, bro.
Listen, dude, my internet's a nightmare here. I've been waiting patiently, and then as soon as I'm asked a question, listen. I feel like for me, the vibe around Arsenal is a little bit. I think people are worried from people I talk to, people I watch. I feel like there's a lot of they feel like some of the signings are like that they were sort of nailed on, going to happen, and then all of a sudden, maybe they're not quite going to happen so much, and. To me, I don't know. Like, if they are going to lose Xhaka and Partey, they're difficult players to replace. I'm not. If you don't get Declan Rice, or if you don't get Caicedo, if both of those two don't come in, then I don't know where you turn your attention to actually remain as competitive in the midfield. And last season, for me, Arsenal were like that midfield was up there with. I think it was probably the best midfield in the Premier League. So if you can't replace both Partey and Xhaka, then and that both of them have left or leaving, then I think you guys might struggle more than
bro. Problems, Wahala everywhere, Wahala left, right, and center, bro. It's long for us. There only started to be red flags when the Partey news came in. If everything, because I think Rice is coming. I'm confident Rice is coming. Eddie posted that thing on Instagram, him cheersing with the beer, because he's coming, bro. He knows people watch on Instagram. Rice is coming. Rice, baby. They come to the Emirates. But the Partey thing has just alarmed everyone, because Partey stays, it looks like a decent midfield of a lot of cover there. Remove Partey, the experience, the cover, it looks odd now, man.
Yeah, you got to agree. You will go and get more. I think I see someone earlier say something along the lines that Arsenal they got no money. I'm like, yes, they do. They got plenty, and you haven't even sold anyone yet.
Can I just say something as well on the Partey and Rice thing? Just really quick, because then I need to go. Actually, to be fair, I need to go and help my mum with getting a suitcase downstairs. So my mate Chris, who's an Arsenal fan, just made I was just reading a message from him. Clearly, he's had a night overthinking where Rice is going to go, and he's sent some long message in the group chat. No one's even speaking about it. He's just come out with this thing. But he made a really good point. Up until the last month of the season, right, did any Arsenal fan ever say that Declan Rice was a better player than Partey?
Never.
Never. Yeah, exactly. Never, ever, ever, right? But now all of a sudden...
Yeah, it's crazy for me, bro.
And it's like... And by the way, I'm not saying he isn't, because I am a big fan of Declan Rice, massive fan, and I think he is something that Arsenal need. But Partey was... You know, it was Partey's better than Rodri. Partey's better than Casemiro until a month before the end of the season.
Our fan base is crazy, rubbish. Bro.
And now they're fine to see him go, and that Declan Rice coming in is a complete upgrade. And it's like, this is what Arsenal PR does. And Arsenal, I always say Arsenal's marketing team is sensational. Do you know what? Every single Arsenal fan, pretty much, not every single one, but probably 90% of Arsenal's fans actually are part of their PR, because they literally can just take a player that they've never even heard of and turn him on. And my mate Mario's a prime example.
It was about to
the guy absolutely hates Havertz, hates him. All he's done is talk absolute smack about him for 3-4 years. Like, when's he going to land? We keep being told we have to wait for him. How long do we have to wait for this man to land? Now he's like, get it. I see what he's doing with Havertz. Like, oh man,
I can't do that, man.
You already know it's when it suits me, FC. How about this? They tried to do it with Mount. You see, when Arsenal were linked to Mount before the United links came out, and I was hearing the maddest stuff. Same sort of thing. Mount's this, Mount's that. And the second, do you know what? I think Mikel has a plan for my man, you know. I reckon he can cook, you know.
Hey.
Loud amounts.
No, but this is the thing, right? They can't explain us his plan, but they're always like, yeah, he's got a plan. I'm sure of it. I don't know what it is, but I'm behind it 100%. What does that mean, man?
Is there any chance?
Exactly what we need.
Kunle, is there any chance that Partey stays, or is it like a fait accompli that he's done?
Look, I heard some stories yesterday that he said one of the reasons he came to Arsenal is to get them back to the Champions League, so he wants to play. That's what I heard yesterday, but I don't know. I would love him to stay at least one more year, then move on, because Lavia would have come on a little bit more by then. Rice would have been embedded in, and we'll be able to attract some new sets of players. But we need him to stay, to be honest, because if he doesn't, I don't think we get the covering to replace his experience and what he brings. I don't think we get it.
It's a very, very near impossible job, I think, to replace both of those players and maintain the same strength of midfield in the same summer.
I'm saying even Arsenal fans might not like this, but if Partey goes, Xhaka has to stay, bro. As much as I might not 100% like it, Xhaka has to stay if Partey goes, bro.
Is the transfer completed with him?
How about this? I'm sorry, you can't lose both of them. If you lose both of them, I don't care who you get in. I don't care who you get in. You're not making enough progress to catch City.
Yeah, I agree.
100. We're struggling for top 4 if we lose both of them.
They've got to buy depth though. Like El Nene's meant to be leaving as well, isn't he? Like, or
Jorginho. But who's the depth we get that kind of brings that experience?
We need it. We can have Conor Gallagher.
I'm surprised you didn't go for Manuel Ugarte. You could have got Ugarte. You could get João Palhinha from Fulham.
I think he's going to PSG, isn't he, Ugarte?
No, I'm saying he has gone there, but you could have got Ugarte. You still can get Palhinha from Fulham, because West Ham are in the race.
90 million, they're saying, for that boy.
Yeah, that's just false. That's a lot of false stuff. Another club we ain't spoken about yet is your club, actually, Tottenham.
Sorry, I need to bow out. Sorry.
Don't you think Daps has got this kind of I'm a treble winner swag going on now? Like he's
bro, my eyes are mashed up. My eyes are mashed from hay fever. Apologize for wearing sunglasses.
Hey, do your thing, bro. I respect it. I'll be the same, bro. Do your thing.
Right, listen. At the barbecue last weekend, every single picture you see of me,
you're like this,
just smiling like. Life is good. Anyway,
everyone
have a blessed Sunday, everyone, and everyone watching. And smash that like button, please. Love.
Smash it.
Big up, bro.
Yeah, I was going to say Tottenham Football Club. I know it's not everyone's. It's an ear sore for certain rivals to hear about as well. It's not the greatest, but a lot of even your own fan base don't really believe in Angie because he was like 5th choice. He's not exactly proven in anything in any great leagues. I don't know what's your take on it, because I think he's a good coach. I think he's proven everyone wrong everywhere he's gone. No matter what the league is, he seems to change things around at clubs as well. You know.
Do you want to move I think back to the bottom? Because
yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
And
excuse me.
And you do.
How's Lewis up top?
Lewis
should be on a tier. Lewis should be on his own tier down here.
This is European heritage. So it's a
I
new.
have the most European heritage. Let's not do that.
You know what? You're gonna have to come back down.
No, you know what it is? It's a new season. They already got a W. They're about to sell Mount and Havertz. He deserves the top panel.
I bought a
player. Go on, sorry, Sean. Sorry.
No, in terms of Postecoglou, mate, I feel like a lot of Tottenham fans when it first happened weren't on board it because they were like, "Who is this guy? What's he done?" Blah blah blah. You know, but ultimately, I think the people I spend most of my days
they've done their research.
I think that everyone's getting on board it. I think the most important thing, for most Tottenham fans, I think they have to accept that there's going to be an absence of trophies. We're so far away from trophies that the first thing you got to fix is the football, right? Fix the football on pitch, fix the thing that we watch every week, and get back to playing enjoyable football to watch, and then hopefully you can build something from there. And Ange Postecoglou is going to be the guy to do it. I don't really feel like there's a massive section of the Tottenham fans, at least in the online community, who are really pessimistic about this guy. What they probably are thinking, if there's a pessimistic kind of narrative at all, it's whether or not the players that we have can adjust. The players that we have that are good enough to stay, can they adjust to the Postecoglou system? And then how much change is necessary in the squad, and how much time is it going to take to get that model implemented and embedded into the minds of the players? Because everywhere Postecoglou's gone, that style of football that he does is so alien to the players at the club that he inherits that it takes 3-4 months for them to jive. So, like, in a nutshell, even if Tottenham were to go and sign a perfect window, like we were to get rid of 8 or 9 dross players and we were to bring in Tapsoba, Van der Ven, Vicario, Maddison, Harvey Barnes.
You get 2 centre-backs, though.
We need 3 centre-backs, mate. No, I think we'll sign 2.
You don't get Langley, no?
I don't think Longley will be. If we get Longley, I think there'll be 3 centre-backs, because I think the plan is to get rid of Sanchez, Dyer, and Joe Rodon. And then I think we'll bring in someone like
I forgot about him. Joe Rodon, you know.
Jesus, you lot are suffering, bro. Rodon, Dyer, and Sanchez.
We got Dyer, such a bad defensive.
Dyer's not going nowhere. He's staying.
He gave him a new contract.
I'm not so sure about that. He's not going to get a new contract. But I do think that we can bring in at least 2 centre-backs. Maybe it will be one of Van der Ven or Tapsoba, and then the other one might be Tosin Adebayaro, or however you say his last name, from Fulham, who I think is a really handy player to play behind Romero. And like I say, if you then go and get like the other players that are linked, heavily linked, Maddison, Harvey Barnes, someone else to compete on the right, even if you were to have a perfect window, I still think Tottenham are going to struggle next season. So I just think the like adoption of the new philosophy is going to be so alien to everyone at Tottenham that it's going to take 3 or 4 months. I wouldn't be surprised if we were like 15th or 14th in the league after 10 games. But they're better as the season progresses.
Sorry. Do you reckon this period that Tottenham are going through right now, finally the fans will accept what type of club you lot are? Like you think this is the moment? These are the, like, you will stop overhyping yourself, saying you're a top club and challenge for honour. You're gonna accept, look, we're mid-table, 7, 8, 6 type of club. Like, is that where we like find you lot? We find your feet here in this position, and then you can do crazy stuff like, and then we can start praising you when you go on runs and nearly get top 4 and stuff, rather than dissing you for thinking that you should be there already. Do you get me? Like, you lot could change the narrative with this Postecoglou's period or whatever his name is. Like,
first of all, say his name correct. If you're going to throw slander on him, say his name. At least say his name correctly.
Bro, the fact that I can't pronounce his name is the slander. How about that?
Postecoglou, man.
It's not that difficult if you can speak with 4 consonants or 4 syllables at once. Look, for me personally, I think that Tottenham are going to go for a rebuild. Like, I think it's a slow process, but he's got 4 years to figure it out. Where I do worry about Tottenham fans is if we got a really tough start, right? We got Brentford away, Man United at home, and then I think we've got West Ham away a couple of games after that. We could find ourselves.
I swear down, man. I swear. Lord have mercy, man.
Man, you away or home?
No, we're away at theirs. We need to be beating them like ASAP.
Yeah.
Pronto.
What about the Maddison stuff? Because that seems to be like...
I like Maddison. He'd be perfect for Tottenham right now.
Do you think that's because because I don't think Newcastle need him in it. That's all I'm saying. I just don't think Newcastle need him. So
I don't think if Newcastle sign the fella from Milan, then
they have
put him in the 6. They'll put him in the 6, and they can move Guimaraes up into like a more advanced 8, right? And then they don't need Maddison as much. So hopefully, if Newcastle are out of the way on Maddison.
Yeah, maybe. Little Tim's here says as a Pool fan, United will flop. Chelsea top 7 and Arsenal second. Well, I can clearly tell someone supports Arsenal instead of Liverpool. It sounds like, is that Roms in disguise? Is that Roms? Little Tim's. But yeah, man. Now James Maddison will be wicked behind Kane because you're going to keep Kane for the season. Let's be honest. You're going to lose him on a free.
How have they done that? How have they managed to do that?
But it's going to. You can't deny it. You put Maddison behind Kane. And you add in a decent enough centre back, and they got. I think Basuma's again another player that can only get better. By the way, he's not garbage.
Yeah, Basuma. Yeah. He's going to be like a new signing for us next season because we didn't see he was out injured for half the season.
They need to realize Basuma next to like maybe an Ndombele or a Bentenko with Maddison in front is a natural midfield. Drop Højbjerg.
No, Højbjerg's going. He's going to be sold. He's going to go to Europe somewhere. But yeah, you could
think one of the best DMs in this league last season, no?
If you got an 11 next season, the dream world scenario of Vicario in goal, I don't know, say Porro right back, Romero, Tapsoba, and Udogie. You put Basuma in the 6, Maddison in the 10, Bentancur in the 8, and then Decky, Kane, and Son. I think that's an 11 that on their day can compete with anybody.
But wait, Kaz, you said something about Kane playing with Maddison. Do you think Kane remembers how to play with a number 10 still?
No,
he plays with the kind
of Kane's intelligent. Like he can listen to instructions, you know. Like, and I feel like if he's got his creator behind it, like a creator behind him, you know, I don't need to do as much work. And sometimes it might go hand in hand. James Maddison run beyond because he's got a good finish. James Maddison, he can finish. Sometimes Kane fill in the hole and James Maddison does a shadow run, and then I think again Son can only get better. This is what people don't understand. I don't think
Postecoglou's system is going to suit. Postecoglou's system is going to suit Sonny down to a T.
And what I'm saying, you can't get any more. Again, we see with Tottenham, you can't leak any more goals, surely. And surely you get more goals with an attacking system. You know what I'm saying? So along them lines, it's going to be subject. I don't think they're going to be the greatest team. I think depth is going to be their biggest killer still in quality and depth. But it's a good stepping stone for them.
The year of Richarlison and Basuma, man. Watch out. 120
million stepping stone or 100 million. That's going to go on a free. You know, is it worth it? I don't know. If they get the thing is, if you get Conference League or even 6th, not even.
He's not going anywhere, mate. I'm so settled on this argument.
Now, he's gone next year. We're taking him. I think Man United.
He ain't going anywhere next year.
Oh, look at this in denial.
You know what? You're not.
How many years left on this contract?
1 year, but no one's going to need him.
Oh,
The teams in the Premier League that need him now won't need him next year.
He's just turned 30, right?
He ain't going to go to Chelsea. He ain't going to go to Arsenal. Manchester United are going to have to go in a different direction. You're going to go and spend a lot of money on Rasmus Højlund or whoever you're going to go.
No, but they're young. It don't matter. Next year, when you think about it, you might even sell him in January, which you can't see. If you're going to do it, just go all the way, right? So the way I look at it, Man United's going to have a young striker, and they're going to look, okay, Kane's going to be turning 31 June the 30th, right? So he'll be 31. He will have still a good few years on his belt. Go get him then. He's a free signing. What other striker are you going to get in the world that's going to be a free signing? Like as good as Kane. We're talking about getting free.
The only reason for him to leave. The only reason for him to leave is to win a trophy. That if he wants to do both, there's an argument to say go overseas and go and get your trophy, then come back to get your Premier League record later. But Real Madrid don't need him anymore. Won't need him.
I think Bayern's interested. Like, but I don't know if they can finance it. Like, unless they can work out a good deal for him. But
it'd be on a free then, no? So they should be.
How much are they all out for Mbappe? So that Kane's ship has sailed.
But he'll be on a free next summer.
Yeah, he comes to Man United. Look, let's ask the panel. Chelsea fan Lewis No, and he's not going to be even. Do you think he stays at Tottenham, or do you reckon if he's not going to sign a contract until he surely he goes? He's had enough.
I think at the most he stays for a year, but like he'll either be gone this summer or next summer. It's about whether you make money for him or not. If you guys don't get rid of him this summer, though, he's staying in England. So I would be accepting the first offer from Real Madrid if they came in for him, but I'm hearing some mad price tag on his head with 1 year left. I think you guys are just shooting yourself in the foot with that one, if that's the case.
The last thing Real Madrid
we don't even know whether he wants to leave. We haven't heard anything. There's no he hasn't said.
Come on, bro.
He's a fool if he wants to stay. I can't.
You've watched your team last season. Of course, he wants to leave. You want to leave, Sean.
Sean's desperate. He's got love for him, and I understand it. I understand too. You know what? You can have Mason Greenwood. He will suit a club like yours.
Nah, you're okay, bro. You're okay.
No, but how many goals has he got to score to get the record? How many more goals
50.
He got left?
About it's two seasons away if he hits it. So that's the point, right? It's an extra little dilemma, an extra little kind of like nuanced variable into the equation.
That's so sad that's part of his decision making. That's actually sad.
Why is it?
You've not won a single trophy, and you're thinking about a record for potentially scoring all your goals to achieve nothing. You know how sad that is?
I will stand by this. I will stand by this point. I don't care if people think it's a nonsense point. The idea that if you're not good enough to win a trophy with an average team, and that to cement your legacy as one of the greatest of all times requires you to have a trophy, and the only way you can win a trophy is by going to a team where better players are around you, then your legacy has nothing to do with you. It has everything to do with the team. It has everything to do with the players around you. That shouldn't have to be the difference between.
You wouldn't cement your place with a Carabao Cup. It was just a Carabao Cup. Like, let's be honest. Like, I think Carabao Cup's definitely it's a trophy. Like, not cementing a legacy. Surely it has to be a Prem, a Champions League. Or maybe if in England, at least an FA Cup.
It's a narrative to drive the best players.
Sean, do you know what? Yeah. Let's say you lot and your fan base accepted how we as opposition fans see you. Let's just say smokescreen that happened. You lot accepted who you are. Then Kane won an FA Cup with Tottenham. We might even respect him. Like, Tottenham aren't really a big club. He's won an FA Cup and he's got the scoring record. Maybe we'd give him that legacy. But you lot think you lot are a big club. So getting a little Carabao Cup is not good enough. It's not good enough. It's just not good enough.
That's what you actually believe.
It's not good enough.
Actually believe. And that's a problem with you as a fan who's looking in at Tottenham and going, we're not going to give Harry Kane his dues because other Tottenham fans think that they're bigger than they are. It's such a ridiculous narrative.
No, but so you want us to give him props for scoring a record amount of goals to achieve nothing. That's what you want us to praise. A record amount of goals to achieve nothing with a big club, yeah?
About Harry Kane, the player, does not become a better player because he's had to go to a team with better players around him to win a trophy. His legacy should not be dependent on a trophy.
Yes, he does.
It's not.
Sean.
Bro, but only Tottenham fans talk like this. That's the thing. Only Spurs fans talk like this.
Yeah,
that's the thing. No, because that's it. That's what like if I asked you who are brother, I guarantee you. If I ask, hold on. If I guarantee, hey guys, if I asked you who are top 5 Tottenham legends, I guarantee there's a man in there with just an FA Cup or a fucking League
Actually,
Cup.
No, they got Jimmy Greaves. You could say is definitely one of them. Wow. Kane's gonna be another one. They had a successful period in the 60s, Tottenham. They are the
no, Kaz, look. If I ask Sean who are his 5 legends, I guarantee you, if them man with the same accolades played for any of our clubs, they won't be legends, innit? So that's why I understand why you're talking like this, Sean.
Yeah,
I get it.
No, that makes absolutely no sense. If Lionel Messi,
it makes perfect sense, bro. But you just don't want to accept it.
If Lionel Messi happened to be of Matt Letizia style loyalty, right, and played for Brighton or played for Real Sociedad his entire career, right, and played to the level that he played, but they never won a trophy. Is Lionel Messi all of a sudden
He wouldn't be considered the GOAT. He wouldn't be considered the GOAT.
Nowhere near it.
Because he has to go. He has to go and play for a team that helps him win leagues. Win league titles.
You have to go to be able to do it at the highest level with the biggest amount of pressure on the biggest stage. Yes, you do, to show you're the best. Yes.
Because wait, hold on.
That
is the narrative.
Sean, bro. Listen, we all think Kane's a phenomenal footballer, but let's not act like he hasn't been on the pitch when you've lost horrible games, season in, season out in cup competitions you shouldn't have lost, and he's always there.
100%.
So
he doesn't turn up in finals.
Like you guys praise him
or semi-finals.
You praise him when the team does well, but he doesn't really get.
It's a Tottenham
You're
thing.
missing my point entirely. I agree with you. Harry Kane we've been in the finals. Harry Kane has been to 6 finals as a Tottenham player. He has never turned up. He's never turned up in the final.
What about semi-finals? How many semi-finals?
If he doesn't turn up for semi-finals, if he gets if he goes to Manchester United or Real Madrid and wins a trophy, and that suddenly cements him as one of the best ever, and it's purely because other players around him do the job in the big moment, then it's a ridiculous narrative. He does not become a better player for having better players around him. It's bullshit.
This is alien to us. We don't understand this.
Let me just
Spurs thing. We can't understand these concepts, bro. It's a Spurs thing, bro. Have you ever talked to your fan base and had them explain something like that to you? Ever? Mons, have you ever had that? Any player?
Are you really telling me that Arsenal don't understand bottling?
Look, I'm telling you this, yeah. I'm telling you this. If Aaron Ramsey played for Spurs, he'd be a legend, isn't it? He's not a legend for us. Bro.
The thing is, though, look, everyone, it's not just a Kane thing. It's just
That's
a Tottenham.
Facts,
it's a Tottenham as a
waffle.
It's a Tottenham as a club thing because everyone that leaves Tottenham wins trophies. Name anyone that's left Tottenham, they always go and win a trophy. Capoue.
Yeah, most of them in lower leagues or in lower teams.
Okay, Capoue won the Europa League, I believe.
There's Eric Lamela, Sevilla.
Yeah, that's another one. And also the other one.
Janssen.
Bale, Modric, Ndombele, I just mentioned.
Wait, I'm pretty sure.
Ndombele won one last season. He won a league title. Ndombele won a league title last season.
Yeah. Wait. Who's the crap winger that you man used to have? Nkudu? Didn't he win a trophy as well?
Yeah.
That's better than, bro.
Brian Gill just left him and won a trophy.
Yeah. Bro, are we sleeping on what's it called? And Ndombele won a league title after leaving you lot, bro. Ndombele
league title, bro.
Anyways,
he played average 7 minutes a game in that season.
Yeah, let me
didn't exactly participate.
By the way, guys,
that's enough to be a Tottenham legend.
Big up for everyone that came today. Big up everyone that has liked. If you haven't liked, do so if you don't mind. We're going to be back tonight at some point, maybe 8, 9, or 10, one or the other. Make sure you stay on the stream. Last stream yesterday was Monster's fault. So if you stay on the stream, it'll go into Monster's stream and he can talk about his business. You know, like he'll go over there. He decided to change his dates to Sunday instead of the Saturday at the time.
Oh yeah.
Yesterday. So stay on the stream.
I apologize.
Stay on the stream. Go over to Monster's stream. If you haven't liked it, like it. If you want to check out any of these guys, Kunle's in the top right currently. Sean is in the bottom left. Monster's just left, as you can see his face, and Lewis. You see all in the description below. You'll see their names. Give them a check. And then other than that,